are lower.
But it's very scary to hear a doorbell ring and nobody would be there.
Yeah, nobody here.
Especially at night. This isn't too bad. Daylight.
There you are. Yeah. Nobody messes with her. She actually gets her driver's license. I got to see her more, but you know, things like that happen. Yeah, but she was a beautiful person, had a beautiful heart, and I'm honored to know her and her family. Bless your family.
I called her Barbara. That was almost like a timeout.
Yeah.
You had to call her Grandma Barbie, Auntie Barbie, but not Barbara.
Yeah.
My sister to this day would always still end up calling her Barbara, and she'd have that look on her face like, excuse me? What's my name? She taught my children, who got to spend the last couple of years visiting her, the importance of love. They don't, you know, my husband doesn't have a big family and parents, and he just has a few cousins and an aunt, and they really got to know my family. And we would go over and see Auntie Barbie all the time. And it was, you gotta take, so she had these big fruit trees when she lived in Arizona. And it was always, make sure you take some fruit. Let's get some lemons. And she'd have my kids climbing trees, pulling lemons, bagging them up for her. And one thing that, you know, she just had these words that always stuck out with you. One was when something's overrated. The way that she would say it's overrated. And if you did anything for her, you became her hero. It doesn't matter what you did. Yeah. My husband cleaned her litter box, or we went and got her kitty food, or spent the day with her looking at picture albums. It was always, you're my hero. And there's a song that comes to mind, and since I'm the singer in the family, and my auntie didn't get to come to my wedding because she was very ill, I'm going to sing a little song for y'all in honor of my auntie. Did you ever know that you're my hero? And everything I would like to be. I can fly higher than an eagle, for you are the wind beneath my wings.
So one of the things I remember the most about Grandma would probably have to be New Year's. I was definitely her New Year's buddy. We would do the poppers, we would watch the parades, everything on TV. We would sing the songs in bad keys, of course, but we would definitely do that. And I was there the day she got the kittens from Dina, so she took me, and she never wanted to take pictures, of course, but we took lots of pictures with the kitties and all the different poses, and it was just, I have so many memories of her and the computer games and always the cats, you know, just always the cats, you know, and
whole photo album.
Whole photo album of the freaking cats. Even Spicy, you know, she loved animals. She always donated to the Humane Society. She would give me the little knickknacks, and she had lots of stuffed animals. I would always have her stuffed animals, and you know, I could never forget her in the big sunglasses, you know, all of that, and it's just, you know, crazy. Just so crazy. And you know, always, I did her hair one time and she loved that. When we got black dye from the store, she drove me around, which was crazy because she never wanted to go out. But one time she was like, I need to dye my hair, so we went to the store and we got black hair dye. And you know, I just love her so much. There's so many things that we did together when I was a little kid. You know, as I got older, we both got busier, but just a lot of memories from childhood and family gatherings and Phoenix and everything.
then her way with words, just, you know, just amazing, just amazing. I just recently, she had left a phone message for one of our dear friends that can't be here today. And she said, "This is Barb, your old close friend." And then she says, "It's been eons, E-O-N-S." And then she says, "I still have the verbiage, you know." So she went on, and that's exactly how she was. She was quite a character. And she loved her family so much. She always talked about all of you. So, we miss her. We're gonna miss her dearly.
And we had many memories of, we talked about family, and of course we talked about movies and books and music. She loved music. And she was telling me about when she was 16 and Audrey had given her tickets to go and see her favorite singer at the time. Was during the war in Miami, and she went, and it was Vaughn Monroe. And for those of you who know who Vaughn Monroe is, she loved his baritone voice and went on, and she's going on about what a wonderful singer he is. And then she looks at me and she says, "I'm sure you've never heard of him." And I said, "Well, as a matter of fact, I have him on my iPod." And I went out to the car, got my iPod. She listened to Vaughn Monroe. She cried. She said she was so happy. It brought back so many memories. And she listened to all the music for the entire day, the afternoon that day. And she came out and she's singing. And this is what she said. "Dana says I cannot sing, so there, Dana, yes I can."
I guess I probably talked to her more in my whole life the last 3 months she was alive, and even sometimes up to 10 times a day. And I didn't realize that it was the end of her life. But I do know that the Tuesday before she died, we had the best conversation ever. I'll wait for the planes. She was reaching out to people, I felt like. She called people, she told them that she loved them, which, if you know that my mom, that wasn't really her. But I think in her mind she wanted to reach people and say, "I love you," and she was calling Dwayne, and she was calling all of us. But she seemed very peaceful, you know, like we were talking, and she had an ESP, I don't know if people know that, where it kind of feels something wrong is going to happen and you feel it inside, and she had that. And she said, "Brenda, I think I'm going to die soon." And I said, "Why would you say that, Mom?" And she goes, no, and she didn't want me to say, you know, she didn't want me to fill in. She wanted to just say, "I have a feeling and I felt like I will die soon." And she said, "You know, what about heaven? I know you believe in heaven." And I said, "I do." And she said, "Well, I want there to be a heaven because I think I'm going to go there." She also had a quick wit. She could have one-liners that would make people fall on the floor laughing, and different things she would say. Like, Brian and Dana, we lived next door to this person in Sarah Mason. And their ball kept going over in the yard, and the man was really angry and the woman, and so she was like, they came over to confront my mom about this ball that Brian and Dana kept getting over in their yard. And they were laughing, and then my mom took it all in and she said, "You battle axe, you just need to shut up." She walked off. She could just kill you with that one thing.
That's Grandma. That's Grandma.
That was her, you know, just the one-liners, and she's always like, I don't like slapstick humor, but she likes sarcastic humor, or where he could just hit you with that one comment, like Mary Beth was saying, that would have you on the floor. Thank you.
I'm her brother, Mike, and I just thought of this one story. was a big Thanksgiving gathering of the family and friends, and I was there with Barbara, and one of the kids says, you know, why don't we go run out outside and play some ball or something, you know? And I was like, you know, we're getting up there in age. I'm a pretty old guy. We're all pretty old here, and Barbara just said, "Hey, you talking? Don't lump me in with that."
What was that?
Yeah. Not me, you know. It was like, I'm sorry.
My grandma, she moved. I'm not gonna be good at this, but I guess I loved her political outlook. That was our bond. We drink wine and just talk about how crazy the world was. And she was really good to the family. I loved her. That's all I got.
So, I don't know if it was you, Chelsea, was it me that invented the Barbie? I don't want to take credit for that. Yeah, I was like, Barbie.
It was Tim.
I think it was me, right?
Yeah, it was you. Go.
And then she's like, I kind of like
You're
that.
the one that messed it up for everyone else.
And then it just kind of stuck. So, I'll make this short because I'm kind of nervous. She was one of my favorite people. She called me like once a week. She was my TV buddy. She was my Family Feud buddy.
Birthday buddy.
She was very political, but I never. We talked about movies and celebrities, and she would always be like, "Who is that one guy on SNL? And who was that?" And I'd be like, "Oh, I'll figure it out right now." She's like, "Oh, you people with your followers." I remember, I don't know why I thought of this the other day, but I was really, really little, and I was in the bathtub, and I was like 6 or something, and I caught a moth I caught it with a cup. I put a cup over a live moth, and I just pointed at it, and she came in the bathroom and just, I'm sure you all know that. She'd call and say, it's your dear old granny. Call me soon, and our Family Feud is on. And anyway, that's about it. But she's, I can't believe she's gone, and I wish I could have said goodbye. We talked so much. I feel like everything's been said.
We lived by her since we were little, and Tim and I would go there after school, and
Thursdays.
She'd make her righteous mac and cheese, as Tim would say, only the way she knew how. When she retired, she was, it's half day at school, let's go to the Goodwill, and we would just go shopping everywhere. But some of my favorite memories as I got into theater and things in school, she was, oh great, we can talk all about it. She goes, I love Bob Fosse and I love the jazz hands, and she would do the whole thing. But one of my favorite times, we were talking about Chicago and movie, and she went in her closet and she had this really cool fur coat. She came out and she goes, if I had another life, I'd be Liza Minnelli. I just picture her now just saying that, and the dear old granny came, Tim. She was always Grandma Barbie, but when she became a great grandma, she said, well, now I've been promoted, I'm an old granny. So that was, she started calling us all the time, say, this is your dear old granny calling. And like my mom said, she called a lot those last few weeks. And last conversation I had with her, we had a really good talk, and I think she knew. She said, you and Ben are gonna have a beautiful life, and I love your kids, but you've always been there to take care of me. And she said, I love you, baby. So that was just
the best note, and I will always picture her being Liza Minnelli.
Well, as most of you guys know, Grandma Barbie and I agreed on pretty much everything.
Sure.
So I was actually thinking about what she taught me, because when you have two people that come at the world from two totally different positions, you have a lot to learn from the other person, right? And I would say in the world today, everything is so this side and that side, and what I want to do is learn from the other guys so that we can come together, right? And so I was thinking, what did Grandma Barbie teach me? And what Grandma Barbie taught me was that my view and my position is wrong a lot of times, right? And in doing that, it gave me a chance to see that different people respond to the world in different ways. And I think in the last month and a half, when she would call up and say, you know, she was doing the hero thing. You're my hero. I love you so much. You're so amazing. And I was like, now that's the real Barbie, right? She had this tough exterior, but on the inside, I think she was sweet as sugar. She just wasn't going to let everybody know that, right? So that last month and a half where we got to have those conversations, and I got to learn that, you know what, we might disagree on things, but my goodness, you love me so much. You are so amazing to this family and to the people that you know. And she was a huge support. And I bet every one of you could come up with a story when she was there to say, no, that's okay. She was just amazing like that. So she really taught me not to listen to the words and you know, not to look at all the hand gestures, but to just listen to the heart. And Grandma Barbie had an amazing heart. She did. So I'm going to share with you guys. I don't want you to be hurt. I don't want you to be offended. I don't want you to feel like you have to respond to this. But at times like this, when someone has passed on to the other side, I just feel the obligation to let you know there is a God, and He does love you very, very much. He thinks you're amazing. He created you. He knows everything about you. He knows every problem that you have. He knows every thought that you have. And no matter how messed up we get, and trust me, I can get messed up, He loves me, and He's there to support me. We have a choice to make before we get to the end. And we can choose God, or we can choose not God. But when it's done, we've made our choice, and we don't get to go back. So I would just encourage each and every one of you to think about that before that time comes. So that's it. I love you guys. I share that in love because I know almost everyone in the crowd, and I just want to hang out with you guys for eternity. I'm serious. Let's do this. All right, God bless you.
You guys like to place anything inside? You guys have anything to place inside?
Do you want to put anything inside?
Where's Dean? Where? Right here?
Does that mean my dad's further, or he's right there?
He's right there. But she said half and half.
Oh, we put them in there, so you could break it apart and put it in there. You want me to do it?
Later, Grandma. When you're who? That one lady? What's her name?
I cannot imagine the reunion.
All right.
You know.
That's it.
You know,
It says my dad's name.
Oh my gosh, everybody.
It says
Loving son,
this
brother,
last
father,
name,
and
dad's
grandpa.
name, and then Grandma Barbie, and then her sister and her other sister. This is June and Diane.
Oh yeah, because Cindy and them wanted to see it in Nyla.
That's the last picture. I like how they did all the names. They got her exact font. That's what I was
super popular.
Hang on high and all that shit.
Yeah, so the United States wanted him back, you know, and that's how he got pop. You know, he really got to play these spaghetti westerns.
Yeah, I remember my dad say that too. Oh yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, he's super famous.